of the OBV. And with the moving average of the OBV, this is to find whale trades. Well, there's a whale trade coming in here potentially, isn't there? So that goes below zero here, and this is also negative and falling, right? It's very, very, very definitely strongly falling. So when we see it falling, we can recognize that there is a possibility of a whale buyer in here, and that gave us a very nice buy trade on gold in that original buy trade reversal there. Pretty good, right? Pretty good. We've also got a very strong macro divergence on my value proxy line, which was from here to here at the present moment, right? So there's the value divergence, that purple squared off line, right? That's the single value line that I was talking about earlier. I'll take off the adaptive basket for the time being to make it less noisy. So the trade we talked about this morning was the whale trade. So the whale trade is when the composite is falling at the same time as the OBV. So if the composite is falling in negative at the same time as the OBV, we call that a whale buy trade. This is a whale buy coming in here. Well, what is the OBV doing here? What is the OBV doing here? And what does the composite do? The composite's falling, it goes below zero on that volume, right? So this is a whale buy trade, would you agree? So this would be technically, in terms of the classroom we did this morning, this would be classified here as a whale buy trade on gold. Does everybody agree with that? We also gave a price of approximately the 90 would be 90.91 was also a very big buy level with a target price of 16s. We told you that this morning. And of course, what happened to the gold following the data was that obviously the gold popped, took out the 15, 16, 17s, made a lot of money. If you decided to play it, you can see that this is now going very bullish. This is also going above, suggesting that there is a big seller coming straight into that trade almost immediately. A big seller coming straight into that trade almost immediately there. It's just gone above the zero there, and you're just going to say, get me out. Get me out, 15s, so a buy trade at 95s, an exit at 15s, and a profit of $2,000 per contract on that cheeky wee bit of business. Amazing what we can do when we put our minds to it in terms of these whale trade outcomes, isn't it? So if you were following my whale trade narrative, we talked about OBV, you could have put it on your charts yourself, and you would have been able to find your way into that buy on gold, if that's something that fits. And again, this is a conversation I had with Reeve about getting the whale trade right, getting that whale trade storyline, and using it to try and figure out whether we're, that idea of you finding it and then you using it to get the right trade at the right price. Anyhow, the equities also went pop, buy side, pop, buy side, pop, buy side. We were buying it at 74. You might remember we were interested, and you might remember we were interested in equities. We'll go back to that S&P chart here. We've bought this a few times off of these areas before. We're interested in equities. Now, we're not, the big level for us is down here at 67, but we started to see the discount rate falling. There was a few sellers coming in. Whether you like trading into news, I don't know. It's not a choice you're going to make. But you see that target price that we gave you, that gamma scalp target price, was exactly where we arrived at. Agreed? Exactly where we arrived at for that profit take opportunity up here. So if you did take it, you already had a good idea about where the gamma scalper was, resting up here at the 95s to 75 handle area. So if you like that, good. It's easy to make some money as a trader if you like those types of ideas, isn't it? But you don't have to trade news, guys. There's plenty of opportunities to trade without gambling on a news release. That is absolutely for sure. You see the dealers went very long into that news. They were very long into the news here. You'll see it for yourself. Look at that delta. So the dealers got very, very long into this, didn't they? Nice outcome. You could say that they got very short into the NASDAQ, but the S&P, they did get long as well into that S&P long trade there just before the news came out. The bonds, they got long into the bond here before the news. They were already long the bonds anyway before the news, but they got long into the bonds, into the news, and a very, very nice trade outcome from the dealers' positioning. Anyway, we're going to grab some lunch and then we'll get started for the day.